Hi, this is Doug Ward from Tech Britain. We're here with Alan Shaw. We're at Star Weekend Glasgow. Alan's from WallaBee and he's one of the mentors at Star Weekend. Thanks for your time, first of all.
Yeah, no problem, yeah.
Just like to let our viewers know a little bit about yourself, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. My name's Alan. Also I work with WallaBee and purely in a creative role, and what WallaBee is about is it's about item collecting games, just where you could yeah, for me as a child, when I was a child, not as I'm a child, but when I was a kid, I used to collect football stickers, and, but in the American sense, they would collect baseball cards. As I grew older, kids younger than me would collect Pokemon cards, and that's essentially what it is, but we're bringing it on a virtual sense, so bringing it into your phone, and encouraging you to go out and about, scan at locations, find items, complete your collections, and while also kind of having a social side of sharing it with your friends and telling them what you've been doing. And that's really kind of what it is all about. So,
and how did you come about with the company? How did you get into that?
Well, the company's made up from myself, Ben, who's based in Coventry, and Simon, who's based in London.
That's cool.
So we were friends beforehand, and Ben approached us all back in September and says, "I've got an idea. Why don't we go with this?" And we're more than happy to be on board with them and build it into a fully fledged product.
Just before moving on, I'd like to ask you, how have you found working, with a team remotely? What's that experience been like?
Well, I mean, it's been all right. There's kind of plenty of opportunities to work on group projects such as a base camp. We had a project set up on that, allowed us to bring up any issues of what should the app do, or here's the app in beta mode, so what kind of things should we add to it, or how should we change it, or is there any problems? But from initiation of it being in September, October, when we came up with the idea, we had one Skype call at the start to know exactly what we were going to be doing, and we didn't meet up once, not at all, during the creation of the product. The first time we met up was on February 18th, 2 days after we launched in the App Store on Apple. So it's it's fine, and it was probably a lot easier to do it as we were already friends beforehand. And it was just unfortunate I could never make it down to Coventry or London to actually catch up with them. I'm sure Simon and Ben maybe met up maybe once or twice, but I don't really remember too much. It was base camp done everything, and it allowed me to carry on with other work.
So obviously you're involved with Startup Weekend and you're a mentor here. How did that come about?
Michael Hayes, who's running Startup Weekend, he got in touch with me to see if I'd be interested in it. A lot of the mentors who are here, they've got technical backgrounds, they're fluent in all the programming languages. I don't have that kind of luxury, I can maybe understand some of it, but I'm going to be perfectly open and honest, I don't know how to do it. My role is purely there as advising and asking awkward questions, so you're going to design this, but what's the difference of me doing this? Why make that? The problem may exist, but the problem's been solved with this, so what's going to be different about your product? So that's what I can bring, to them. So it's been good for me, kind of seeing what other people are coming up with, allowing me to ask these awkward questions, or questions that somebody else could ask further down the line, and allowing them to address it or know how to answer it. So that's been quite good.
It's the perfect time to be asking them those awkward questions before they go on, 54 hours they've got on there to build. To iterate, like you're saying, like that. It's great.
Well, there was one just there. There was one of the teams asked us to listen to the pitch, so I sat down, we listened to it all, and at the end we gave them one suggestion as to how they could actually kind of improve their business model, of how they could actually make money within the app, and they took it on board. As far as I'm aware, they're now to go and implement.
The thing I want to get out to the audience is people get intimidated by mentors and things like that, and organisers, and just to give you a sense of kind of cool atmosphere. Alan came in before with a load of ice creams. It was just like, come on, let's have, anybody want one? So I think it's important to get across the atmosphere of Startup Week.
Yeah, it can be, for them it's probably quite monotonous. Obviously 54 hours of just staring at a computer screen, building a code or working on their design, that to try and just snap it into them, to be like, here's some ice creams, what are they, a couple of pounds that can cost me, but whatever. It's allowed them to be, think of something else for a minute and take a step back and think of something else, but we want everybody to be relaxed while they're doing it. being relaxed is the best atmosphere.
Absolutely. Start a weekend, something you recommend to people out there who perhaps haven't gone through that experience before?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it might just be it's planting an idea of it's in one weekend you're going to be building a product and having it launched by then, but people need to remember it. They're not expecting you to have it all fully launched by the end of the weekend, you know. It's to get your business plans in place, to understand who your audience is going to be, and because it's a long-term thing, yeah, sure it can be the weekend and you're expected to have everything in place, but I don't think you'll walk away at the end of the weekend and and that's it, you know, and that's the product ready. I'd highly recommend for people to come along and do this. So.
On Glasgow today, I'd like to ask your thoughts on Glasgow's tech community. What's your thoughts there?
Glasgow's tech community is moving at quite a high pace. What I personally feel it is.
Yeah.
You speak with Michael, who's running Startup Weekend. He's behind his website Rookie Oven, and I'm sure Rookie Oven's just turned about a year old at this point. But he would speak about, when he went to previous tech meetups, there was only about 1 or 2 people turning up. So he's decided to kind of start creating a community and start getting these going, and he's slowly starting to see more people appearing at his meetups. Not only that, you've also got Tech Meetup. I'm not entirely sure who it is who runs that again, but
they can go on the website and find out.
Yeah, they'll put on there. And as far as I'm aware, there's got 70 to 80 people always turning up. There's Refresh GLA, which is like a once a month meeting for developers based in Glasgow. So it allows them to come together and actually kind of bounce queries off each other. And there's always something happening at least once a week. But it's growing and it'll get better.
Just anybody who's out there who's thinking they're not quite, I don't know, we came from a background of not going to meetups, not understanding the value. What would you get across to that viewer who hasn't spoke with people before, maybe still in stealth mode? And what's your thoughts?
If you're going to go to a meetup, and you've got your idea, talk about the idea that you're going to have, because people are going to, you've just got it in your head, like, this is what we do. And I don't want anybody else to know about it. If you come along and you share the idea, people will tell you what's right and what's wrong with it. Nobody's there to steal your idea. Now, 100%, no one's going to steal your idea. They're just happy to see something created really well. Sure, give them, honorary credit, down the line, but that's all people kind of look for. And as long as something's good, it's built, it only showcases the talents that are available in your town, so in Glasgow. So if I'd went along to a tech meetup and said, I've got an idea for this, somebody might chime in and go, yeah, it's already done, and I'll be like, right, didn't realise, because he's linked in with another community that I didn't know about.
Moving back to WallaBee, you guys funded, have you received investment?
We've got no investment, no, we're completely self-funded. Our model is based on any revenue we would receive from in-app purchases. The app's free to download online from the App Store, and it should be out on Windows by now. So it's available for there. It's a free app. You can play the game completely for free, but obviously we have in-app purchases allowing people to buy packs of coins, which allows them to speed up the game of a sense, to quickly complete collections. And that's really it. But it's no, we're just self-funded. We've got no outside investment. No. People think that they need funding straight away to get an idea off the ground. In some cases, yeah, they will, but it's not needed all the time. If it's a good product, you can keep it within the group.
Thank you very much for your time. It's been a real pleasure.
No problem, Doug. Cheers, mate. Thanks.